Welcome to Hollywood Actions. In this video, we're going to uncover a side of legendary actor Sam Elliott that many fans never expected. The deeply personal actors he disliked, criticized, or clashed with during his long journey in Hollywood. Now at age 80, with nothing left to prove and no one left to impress, Sam Elliott isn't holding back. Known for his gravelly voice, signature mustache, and cowboy charm, Elliott built a legendary career spanning over 5 decades. Now let's dive in. 1. Patrick Swayze. Sam Elliott and Patrick Swayze teamed up for the cult classic, Roadhouse, 1989, but their off-screen dynamic wasn't quite as brotherly as it seemed. Elliott, a real-life cowboy who grew up ranching and riding, didn't take kindly to Swayze's image-focused performance. He allegedly found Swayze too Hollywood, slick, polished, and more concerned with style than substance. Despite respecting Swayze's physical commitment to stunts, Elliott reportedly felt Swayze was miscast and leaned too hard into theatrics, which clashed with Elliott's rough-edged realism. 2. Alec Baldwin. Sam Elliott, a famously private man with deeply traditional values, reportedly found Alec Baldwin's larger-than-life personality grating. Their paths crossed during the late 90s and early 2000s on the Hollywood awards circuit and in overlapping social circles, and Elliott is said to have found Baldwin insufferably arrogant. Elliott disliked Baldwin's outspoken political rants, unpredictable behavior, and off-camera ego. In a quiet conversation with a fellow Western actor, Elliott allegedly said Baldwin was a man who talks more than he listens, and thinks less than he speaks. 3. Jane Fonda. Though not a male actor, Jane Fonda makes this list because of the fiery tension she shared with Elliott in the mid-1980s. While working within similar Hollywood circles, Elliott was reportedly put off by Fonda's political activism, especially her stance during the Vietnam War. Elliott, a military supporter and patriot, found her infamous Hanoi Jane photo unforgivable. In a 2005 interview, when asked if he'd ever work with Fonda, Elliott responded tersely, "I work with people who respect the country that gave them the stage." 4. Nicolas Cage. Elliott and Cage starred together in Ghost Rider, 2007, and though the film was a box office success, Elliott reportedly disliked the experience. He believed Cage overacted every moment, and lacked the restraint Elliott admired in actors like Clint Eastwood or Robert Duvall. According to one production assistant, Elliott often kept to himself on set, frustrated with Cage's erratic style and constant improvisation. Later, Elliott would jokingly refer to the film as the one with all the fire and none of the soul. 5. Val Kilmer. Although Elliott admired Kilmer's performance as Doc Holliday in Tombstone, their behind-the-scenes relationship was far frostier. Kilmer's method acting and intense personality clashed with Elliott's grounded approach. Elliott once told a makeup artist, "There's acting, and then there's becoming a pain in the ass." Elliott felt Kilmer's ego grew out of proportion, especially as Kilmer demanded script rewrites and long monologues. 6. Billy Bob Thornton. In the late 90s, Elliott was approached to star alongside Billy Bob Thornton in a Southern noir project that never materialized. After several meetings, Elliott pulled out, saying he didn't trust Thornton's abrasive reputation and felt the project lacked discipline. He later described Thornton as a man who plays unhinged too naturally. 7. Shaun Penn. Elliott had no patience for Shaun Penn's aggressive temper or self-serious attitude. Although the two never worked together directly, Elliott was once seated next to Penn at a Hollywood gala in 2002, where Penn reportedly dismissed Elliott's work in westerns as genre fluff. Elliott, insulted, stood up before dessert and never acknowledged Penn again. 8. Shia LaBeouf. LaBeouf's erratic behavior, arrests, and bizarre artistic experiments stood in stark contrast to Elliott's stoic style. When asked in a 2014 podcast whether he thought young Hollywood had any true cowboys, Elliott scoffed, "He couldn't ride a bike without direction." Sources said Elliott turned down 2 projects because LaBeouf was attached. 9. Marlon Brando. While Elliott once admired Brando's talent, he reportedly felt Brando abandoned his craft later in life. He felt Brando's refusal to learn lines, frequent tantrums, and disdain for directors made him a poor role model for actors. Elliott summed it up best to a film student: "Being great once doesn't excuse being lazy forever." 10. Russell Crowe. Elliott never forgave Crowe for a barroom brawl that occurred during a Hollywood party in 2003. Though Elliott wasn't involved, he found Crowe's temper disgusting. He reportedly called Crowe a man whose fists act before his mind, and declined a role in a Western Crowe was producing. 11. Chvy Chase. Though known for his humor, Chase rubbed many actors the wrong way, including Elliott. Elliott disliked Chase's sarcasm and lack of professionalism, reportedly calling him a joke who thinks he's serious. They were nearly cast together in a late 80s buddy comedy. Elliott pulled out. 12. Tom Green. When Elliott's name was floated for a guest role on The Tom Green Show in the early 2000s, he refused. He later told a reporter, "If that's what passes for entertainment now, we're in trouble."